All right, ladies and gentlemen and ladies, I feel like it's time for me to give you a synopsis. I know a lot of people have watched the debate, not the debate, but the presidential election last night through the night. A lot of people were doing live streaming, giving you results and talking about things. But for the people that follow me or the people that like the way I talk or my content, I'm going to break it down for you and give you my analysis of what I think is going on in the election, what I think could be positives for President Trump, because I still believe President Trump is going to win. And I'm going to show you guys play by play. I'm going to go through the map. I'm going to tell you what happened last night, tell you what my criticisms are, what I think is right, what I think is wrong. And then I'm going to go state by state, and we're going to talk about why I believe that the president will definitely win this election, because we are going to fight the corruption that I think is going on. Let me show you a map real quick. And I think it's invaluable to talk about. As we get on the map, we know what happened last night. This is all the results, right? But this is what they're not talking about that's like blowing my mind. President Trump, and this is what makes Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and Georgia so suspicious to me. Look at Texas. I watched CNN last night. They wouldn't even show Texas. They wouldn't even show Texas. They don't let you know what was happening in Texas. And I was telling my wife, I said, why won't they show Texas? Well, like, what's going on in Texas? They haven't called Texas, but they called California. But they haven't called Texas. Donald Trump, as you can see these numbers, and I'm going to zoom it in because I need you to see them very clearly. I think I can make it big like this. See if it load right. Okay. It reloaded. They got these ads on here which make my blood boil. But President Trump won Texas by a landslide. That looked like about 600,000 votes that Trump won Texas by 600,000 votes, pretty much. Ironically enough, there's no voter fraud in Texas. There's no voter fraud in Texas, no voter fraud in California, none in Oregon, none in Washington, none in Colorado, none in Illinois, I guess, none in Florida. But somehow there's issues in Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania, and Georgia and North Carolina. How is that possible? Only God knows. Trump running it up in Louisiana, running it up in Mississippi, running it up in Alabama, 600 plus thousand votes. Kentucky running it up. Tennessee running it up. Donald Trump is running it up in all of these places that he won. He's running it up in historical turnout fashion. But all of a sudden, even in Florida, he won last year by 100,000 votes. He won by over 300,000 votes in Florida this year. He got 3 times the vote that he did in 2016. And you see that. South Carolina, he ran it up 300,000 votes in South Carolina. He won by 55%. And you're telling me he win 55% in South Carolina and it's supposed to be close in Georgia and North Carolina? Like, make this make sense to me. Now, in Georgia, President Trump is up by, it looks about around 80,000 votes in Georgia. They have about, if I can get the thing right, they have about 95% of their vote in. There is no way that they're coming back from this. They should call Georgia. Why they haven't called Georgia, in my personal opinion, because I think they're trying to cheat. North Carolina, President Trump is up a little bit under 100,000 votes. He's up a little bit under 100,000 votes. They're at 94%. Why they haven't called North Carolina, I don't know. Pennsylvania, President Trump is up nearly 600,000. He's up over 500,000, just a little under 500,000 in Pennsylvania. He's up a little under 500,000 votes in Pennsylvania. And they supposedly have 64% done. Why they're not even considering calling Pennsylvania is beyond me. Trump won big in Ohio. 300,000 votes, almost 300,000 votes in Ohio. Like, that should be indicative of his success in Pennsylvania. That should be an indication of his success. I mean, look at West Virginia. He got 68% of the vote in West Virginia, 53% And you're telling me, how is he not doing it right here in Pennsylvania, which he won last year? I'm telling y'all, I want y'all to be suspicious of these things. He won this last year. He ran it up in Kentucky, Ohio, West Virginia, and somehow is competitive here, although he's up by 400,000 votes. Okay. Michigan. He won Michigan, won Wisconsin last year. He did very well in Indiana. He won by like 500,000 votes in Indiana. You telling me he won Ohio, West Virginia, Indiana the way he has, and you're telling me that Michigan is supposed to be a toss-up somehow, some way? He don't even need Wisconsin at this moment. He don't need Wisconsin, to be honest. All he need to win at this point is Nevada, Georgia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Trump won. If he gets Nevada, he don't even need Arizona. We're gonna talk about Arizona. If he don't even need Arizona. If he wins Georgia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Nevada, Trump wins. It's over. It's done. Your boy can have Arizona, Wisconsin, and Michigan, and Trump still wins. If you want to be honest about the election, this should be Trump, 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 Trump. That's the truth. But I think they're doing some not here. I mean, this is iffy, but definitely here. They're doing some shady business there. Now, I'm going to talk to you guys about what I believe is going on and how I think Trump has the path to victory here soon. And let's talk about, before we get to that point, let's talk about Arizona, and then I'm gonna go to my path of what I believe the campaign thinks that they are going to do and what we have seen that's going to lead Trump to victory. Now, Arizona has had a tremendous conflict when it comes to this Sharpie thing. When I voted, and we're out here in the Scottsdale area, Paradise Valley area. So where I voted at, which I don't want to give because I don't want to give away where I live, but where I voted at, we used pens. But I can remember years ago using Sharpies. So if Sharpies don't work, I used a Sharpie, I believe, in one of the elections in Arizona. But what has happened is in Republican districts, which is what the reports are coming back to me is saying, in Republican districts, where it's heavily Republican, they had them fill out ballots with Sharpies. Now, the Sharpies bleed through the paper, and when you scan it, it's not going to scan. That's like when you do Scantron in school. You can't do a Scantron with a Sharpie because it bleeds through the page. They're not going to count the ballots. So in Republican districts, they had people use Sharpies, which did not count. And they got a ton of votes that are still out. Now, let me go through the process of explaining to you why the Trump administration thinks that they're going to win and why I agree with them 200%. So right now, Donald Trump, as it stands, if the legal ballots are counted, meaning they can't do stuff where you got ballots coming in after the polls have closed, you got ballots coming in that are not earmarked or not time stamped for the election. You got random ballots they find in the trash can and doing all this other fraudulent stuff, which they're trying to do up here in Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania. If we count every legal vote by the constitutional parameters of our voting system, things that are not being created and made up last minute, Trump wins, hands down. He has the votes, he wins. Legal ballots counted, he wins. Thank you, baby. Legal ballots counted, he wins. Period. And people need to understand that. They are trying to bet on all of these mail-ins, stuff that the flash drives they find in everywhere. They're trying to depend on those to win. Now, let's talk about Pennsylvania real quick. What is the pathway of success for the president in Pennsylvania? Now, the administration believes that there's more than, and this is documented proof, that there's more than 1 million ballots left to be counted, including roughly 300,000 in Philadelphia. Even if you want to be extremely conservative about it, completely conservative counting, They believe that President Trump receives about 5% of the ballots in Philadelphia and 30% of the remaining ballots. President Trump still win in Pennsylvania by 400, or not 400, but 40,000 votes. So with that scenario, Trump still wins in Pennsylvania by 40,000 votes. I'm sorry. And the administration is very confident, even in the absentee ballots, because you have about 54,000 ballots left to be counted in Cumberland County. You have about 40,000 ballots left to be counted in Westmoreland County. And that's a county where President Trump won 69% of the votes yesterday. So there's still about 40,000 ballots. And if you count the ones yesterday in that county, Trump won 69% of that. Then there's another county in Franklin County. There's about 20,000 ballots that are still remaining. And President Trump won 82% of those ballots that are still remaining. He won those yesterday. There's also 20,000 ballots left to be counted in Beaver County. And that I believe that the Trump administration believes, and I'm hoping that they're very confident in truth, which I believe that they are. They believe that they will win more than 5% of the ballots in Philadelphia because of the black and the Hispanic vote that will come in. And the GOP believes that they're going to perform about 2 to 5% better or in a positive direction with African Americans. And that's in Pennsylvania. Let's go to Arizona. What do we got in Arizona? Now, Arizona is a tricky one because of those ballots that were written on with Sharpies, which I hope to God with the amount of coverage that the Sharpie situation is getting, that they're going to at least recount those ballots and figure out what they're going to do about getting those people their votes. 100% Arizona is Trump country. Arizona is Trump country. My son and his mom live in Seattle. When he come down to Arizona to be with his father, he tells me, dang, I've never seen so many Trump supporters, Dad. They're everywhere. That's because Arizona, especially Maricopa County, is Trump country. So how it stands in Arizona, the final batches of mail-in is still being counted, with the late arrival ballots being counted last. So the mail-ins are being counted, but the late arrivals are counted last. Now, think about the late arrivals are probably more so conservative. And I believe the Trump administration believes that the over half of the votes remaining to be counted, that there's, let me make sure I'm looking at these stats right. Let me see. Okay, so they believe it's over 500,000 ballots remaining to be counted. The Republicans expect to win between 2/3 or 70% of the ballots. So you got about 500,000 coming in. We should win 2/3 of those in Arizona. That should be the look in Arizona, is that 500,000 come in, winning 2/3 would obviously put President Trump in the lead. He will win Arizona. The expectation is that Arizona will be won by a small margin, around about 30,000 votes. If you put the numbers together, it looks like Arizona could win around 30,000 votes. By the end of the day, I think we'll see some of those things coming out. I believe that Arizona is going to do the right thing. I know a lot of people are skeptical about it. Arizona, I believe, is going to do the right thing. Just last night alone in Arizona, Donald Trump won 62% of the 80,000 election day votes that came into Maricopa County. So 62% of the 80,000 votes that came into Maricopa County, Trump won. And obviously, if you do the math and look at it in a reasonable perspective, that margin will be much higher. Let's go to Nevada, because people are talking about Nevada. And after I give my spiel of going down all the states that I think President Trump will win, according to the things that the Trump administration is predicting, then I'll open it up for Q&A and I'll talk to you guys in a minute about it. But I want to go through this Nevada, because like I said, if he gets Nevada, Georgia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, he's done. That's a victory. That will get him over 270. He wouldn't even need Michigan and Wisconsin or Arizona. Now, let's go to Nevada real quick. Obviously, Joe Biden is ahead in Nevada by, look like, about 8,000 votes, which is not a lot at all. Okay. Now, when it comes to Nevada, Um, the Trump administration believes that the late mail-in ballots will help the Trump administration. Once all legal ballots are counted, the Trump administration believes that the margin of victory could be right around about 5,000 votes. 5,000 votes. Could it be some corruption in Nevada? I mean, it's corruption everywhere. It's corruption everywhere. But by 5,500 votes, I think the administration believes that they can win that. So that'll give us a victory in Pennsylvania, according to what Trump in the campaign believes. That'll give us Pennsylvania, Arizona, Nevada, and we're going to go through some of the other states. Let's look at Georgia. In the state of Georgia, which Trump is already ahead in. He's ahead about 80 so thousand votes. In the state of Georgia, the president obviously has built a pretty significant lead that the Democrats can't overcome. They can't overcome this. It's 94. Let's see. Let me scroll down a little bit. 95% of the vote in Georgia is in, and Trump is up like 80-some thousand votes. And the counties that are coming in, they're not going to be able to overcome that. That just doesn't seem statistically proven. So I believe that we can count Georgia. Let's go to North Carolina. President Trump, same thing in North Carolina. Look at this lead. In North Carolina, the president is leading. I mean, how many votes is that? About 70,000 votes? Let me see. 50 will make it 50, 60, 70, 80. Around 70,000 votes, 76,000 votes per se. They won't be able to overcome that. 94% of the votes are in. I think it's clear that the rest of these votes are not going to be able to, especially with the margins, they're not going to be able to overtake President Trump's victory. And so that's pretty reasonable. You got Arizona, Nevada, Georgia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania. That's it. Trump wins. I think Wisconsin and Michigan, I don't know what's going to happen here. I'm assuming that the president is fairly confident that these may be good, but if we get here, it's over. If we get here, it's over. Arizona will be a bonus. Arizona will be it'll be a win-win for us. So let me get to some of these super chats. I know y'all asking some questions. I'll just say this, man. This is weird. These are weird. And Candace Owens, and I'm gonna find her tweet real quick. Candace Owens posted a graphic on Twitter. Let me go to Twitter and find Candace Owens' graphic because I want y'all to see what she posted. And obviously Candace Owens isn't putting out false material. And I've seen this posted everywhere, but I saw it on Candace Owens' page. So let me go to this real quick so y'all can see what's going on here. So Andy Swain has this little graph, and I'm going to zoom it in for you so we can see it clearer. He has this little graph. I don't know why this is popping up on my computer. Why? I don't want to put extensions in Google Chromes. What is going on? I got to zoom it out a little bit because I don't even know how to get that out of my computer. Anyway, some of y'all smart ones know. Maybe this will help. I got to do it one more back like this. Okay. This will help. So this is Wisconsin. So ladies and gentlemen and ladies, look at this. Look at this graph. What in the fudge is this? What in the fudge is this right here? How is it trending like this? All of a sudden, boop, he over Trump. Overnight, they find all these ballots. He's over Trump. Look at Michigan. They trending. They close the ballots. Oh, all of a sudden, we just need just enough to make sure we get to where President Trump is at. This is how many we need to get to win President Trump. They know they're down. They stopped the polling. This is 6 a.m. They stop the polling and they go, boop, We need this much to beat President Trump. Let's find the votes. How do you find this many Biden votes? None of these are Trump. Same thing in Michigan. Good. Oh, how many we need? They in the polls right here. How many we need? Oh, we need this much to get to Trump. Fraud, people. Fraud. This is crazy. If I saw this for Trump, I would be like, what? How do you get a vertical gain here in the graph that just so happened to meet Trump? Vertical gain in the graph just so happened to meet Trump in Michigan and in Wisconsin. I just want to share that with y'all. Back to the subject at hand. Let me answer a couple of these super chats because I know a lot of y'all have been super chatting. And forgive me if I don't answer these super chats because I'm talking. Election fraud. Trump takes it in South Carolina. Perfect. Let's see. Raymond. Steve Deese said on the Blaze that his little birdie said they won Arizona. Okay. Let's see. Newly. Let's see. Thank you for the super chat. Ryan. Dude, I heard in Arizona, poll workers were delivering Sharpies to conservative voters, so their vote didn't count. This is effing rigged. Well, if they votes didn't count and we could prove that they had, think about this for a minute. If there is a legitimate complaint that, hey, we were giving Sharpies and our votes didn't count, that means that precincts where people were voting and got Sharpies, you can easily go back and say, okay, no ballots counted here, because we are giving out Sharpies. They should be able to go and reconcile that. Brandon, they stole Wisconsin and Michigan. It's over. I'm sad. I'm scared. I can't believe that this is happening. The country will go downhill if Biden wins. We need Trump. If they stole this and this, we win here, here, and here. It's over. We win. We win Nevada, Georgia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, we win. If we win Nevada, Arizona, Georgia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, we win. We don't even need Wisconsin and Michigan. They can steal it all they want. We get boom, 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 it's over. We get boom, 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 it's over. So don't get too scared, man. I think that what we need to do, we need to be focusing on winning. Don't be too scared too soon. Let's see. I'm blank of what happened to Beverly. Beverly. It's Bevelin, I think. I think she got stabbed or something. I think she's okay. Steven, thanks so much for the super chat. I watch you all the time, bro. Level-headed reasoning. I'm an XF. Much has changed. Much has changed for the better since, but please tell me how the blank California counts 11 million and it takes Pennsylvania and Michigan. That's one thing that I think that is very suspicious here. Look how many votes are in this state. 11 million votes. 7 million Biden. They have no problems here, California. None. Come to Texas. Texas counted, 10 million votes. They counted around 11 million votes. Texas counted 11 million votes. They had no problems here and here. But somehow in Wisconsin, they got to count 3 million votes. Just say 5 million. And they got to go all night. All night to count 3 million, 4 million votes? You got to be kidding me. Michigan, 5 million votes between the two states. California alone counted more votes than these two states combined. And they got it. They called California before they called Texas and Florida. And y'all gonna make me cuss, man. We ain't putting up with this. I don't care if Trump win the election and he lose these. F that. It takes you this long to count Wisconsin and Michigan and Pennsylvania and North Carolina and Georgia, and they counted 20 million votes between California and Texas and Florida.
I just heard that Trump has almost 80,000 votes ahead in North Carolina that Biden can't beat.
Well, no, we got the I did the whole whole breakdown, and I went through some of the key points of what I thought they were going to do. So they can't overcome Trump in Georgia. My wife is over here in the corner. They can't overcome Trump in Georgia. They can't overcome Trump in North Carolina.
Yeah.
They believe that they got the votes in Arizona based on the predictions. Nevada could go Trump's way. Pennsylvania is crazy ahead for President Trump. And like I told you guys, if he wins Nevada, Georgia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, it's over.
What if he only wins Georgia, North Carolina?
If he wins Georgia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, he's going to have to win one of these.
Oof.
He's going to have to win one of these because Arizona, I don't know if Arizona will push him over. If he win boom, 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 he got to win one of these. That's if he lose these two and win boom, 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 he got to win one of these. And that's what they were saying. So is Joe Biden. If Joe Biden wins here and here, Trump wins here, here, and here, I don't think Joe Biden has a path to victory. He would have to win both of these. He can't just win one because this, well, I guess they set it up to where that could probably happen for him. Because if Trump win here, here, and here, then Trump only have to take one of these. I think if Biden wins Nevada, Arizona, Biden has to win both of these or win Michigan and Pennsylvania. He's going to have to win two. If it goes like this, Nevada, Arizona, and Trump wins Georgia, North Carolina, and you leave these three at play, one of the two have to win 2 out of the 3, which means that Donald Trump has to win 2 out of the 3 or Biden has to win 2 out of 3. And it doesn't matter which ones. So if this go Trump, these two go Biden. Biden has to win Wisconsin and Michigan, or Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, or Michigan, Pennsylvania, whatever. And Trump has to win Pennsylvania, Michigan, or whatever the case may be. So it could be a toss-up in that. Let me grab a couple of these super chats. But y'all, this don't make sense. How does anybody in America think this, and this makes any sense? How does anybody in America think this and this make any sense? They're attempting to steal the election to a certain degree, and they're trying to do it through mail-in ballots, which are illegitimate. Somebody said, "What about Alaska?" Trump is going to win Alaska. Look at Trump in Alaska. Trump is up 62% in Alaska. Trump is going to win Alaska. We're not even counting that. Trump is going to win Alaska, 3 electoral college votes, which I think allows Trump to win Nevada, Georgia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and be done. Biden is not going to win Alaska, so he's not going to get those votes. And I think we could probably do the math here because Biden is at 238. But I'm telling you, man, like I don't care if I was a Trump supporter or not. This doesn't make any mother freaking sense. 11 million votes in Florida, 11 million votes in Texas, 11 million votes in California. They've been able to call all 3 of these major states, and they still effing around up here and here. Overnight, Biden went ahead because they found mail-in ballots somewhere. I'm a little upset a little bit because I feel like we shouldn't have to go through this. We shouldn't have to go through this. You feel me? Like, we should not have to go through this stuff. We live in America. You win, you lose, you lose. We lost fair and square to Barack Obama. We lost. Everybody thought hope and change. We lost, man. And ain't nobody arguing about that. But when you try to cheat an election, it's when you have a problem. Like, if Joe Biden was really a strong candidate and he won, he just won, man. We lost. But this is suspicious. This is suspicious. This is suspicious. Trump, think about this. You're telling me With all the people that moved from California, they moved to Arizona. Most of them don't move to Arizona. They moved to Texas. A lot of Californians move to Texas in numbers that are far greater than moving to Arizona. You're telling me that Texas, with all the people that moved to Texas, got 600,000 more votes for Trump, but Arizona, which was red last year, somehow flipped. What? What? They flipped Arizona, but they didn't flip Texas. They claim flipped Arizona, but they didn't flip Utah. Trump won by 200,000 votes in Utah, 58%. He killed it in Utah, but you telling me that Arizona, when we won Maricopa County last year, you telling me he can't win Arizona? His support in Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, all these places went up tremendously. Wyoming, Utah, 200,000 votes. All these places, which I think that this is an indication, run it up. Run it up. He ran it up. He ran it up. These are indications that he should run it up in Nevada. At least win Nevada. These are indicators that he will win Nevada. This is an indicator that he will win Arizona. When you're up this big, you're going to win Arizona. When you're up this big in Florida and in South Carolina, you're going to win Georgia. Like, what are they talking about? If you up this big in Florida, South Carolina, Georgia, you're going to win North Carolina. When you're this competitive in Virginia, you're going to win North Carolina. When you're kicking ashy elbows in Kentucky, you're going to win North Carolina. When you sweep in Indiana, Ohio, and West Virginia, you're going to win Pennsylvania. He won it last election. I think President Trump is going to win. I think he's going to blaze through here. I think he's going to win here. I think he's going to come out and get Georgia, North Carolina. He's going to win Pennsylvania. They're going to cheat Michigan and Wisconsin. I think we can figure that out. They're going to cheat Michigan and Wisconsin. Trump wins Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Georgia. Trump wins Arizona and Nevada. That's my prediction. Biden wins Wisconsin and Michigan. And see what they're going to try to do, and I'm telling y'all this, mark my word. If y'all been here this long, mark my word. They're going to try to call Arizona. They're going to try to call Wisconsin and Michigan early so that they can say Biden got the 270, and they're going to say, oh, that's the election, even though it's contested. 238. Let's say he gets 11 there. That's 249. 249. That's 255. That'll put him at 255. Boom, boom. And then this will put him at 265. And this will put him at over 270. Right? All they do is call here. Now let's talk about this. They called Arizona already. No, I can't count Arizona because I think they already called him. So 238. They called two. I messed it up. They called 238 because I think they already called Arizona for Biden. I think. So 238. And then what is this? If I do my math, 244. So 244, 254. And then that'll obviously put them over 270. So this is what they'll do. Nevada be too early to call. They'll call Nevada. They'll call Wisconsin, call Michigan, even though these are outstanding. They're going to leave Pennsylvania outstanding, North Carolina outstanding, Georgia outstanding. They're going to call Nevada for Biden early. They're going to call Wisconsin and Michigan, and they're going to say, see, he won. He got the 270 first. Let me do my math and make sure that that's exactly what's happening. Let me do my math because I'm not that good at math. Let's see. Do my math. Hold on one second. Let me do my math. So yeah, that'll put him right at 270. And I think that's what they're going to do. Right? Y'all think about this for a minute. That's what they're going to do. They're going to go here. They're going to just call it. They're going to say, oh, we're calling Nevada. We're calling Wisconsin. We're calling Michigan. Oh, he's at 270. That's the election. I think they're going to do that. But, obviously they can't be legitimized because these are still outstanding. But I think they're going to try to do that to say, look, he won already. Everything else is a toss-up. He won already. He won. We don't know where he's going to go, but he won. He got enough. And I can see that happening because Trump can still win here. Let's play a scenario out with Trump. 214. I'm not going to give Trump Nevada. 214. Well, Trump has to win 1, 2, 3, 4 without Nevada. But if he has Nevada, 214 plus 214 plus 6 plus 16 plus 15 plus 20. Trump, like I said, if Trump wins Nevada, Georgia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, that's it. That's it. He wins 270. He'll have 271. Biden wins. Let's see. Yeah, he'll have 271. He has to get Nevada with the 6 votes. If he don't get Nevada 6 votes, and this goes to Creepy Joe, Joe just do boom, 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 and he'll be at 270. And then Trump will be under 270 if he just get these 3. So Trump needs to win, and I think the campaign is very confident that they can win Nevada, Arizona, Georgia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin. I mean, not Michigan, Wisconsin, but Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Georgia, Arizona, Nevada. I think Trump campaign believe we can win that. So anyway, man, let me get a couple super chats, and I got to get off here. I got other stuff I have to do today. Let's see. Thank y'all for the super chats. Do you think we'll win Nevada? I think we'll win Nevada. I mean, it looks like we can. If they, these people don't cheat, I think we can win Nevada. No question, just wanted to help. Thank you for your content. I appreciate it, Sean. What happened now? Exactly what we in the community that I will not mention here have been told since the beginning of 2020 would be verbal, so no worries. I mean, will be verbatim, so no worries. Okay. Wes, thanks so much for the super chat. Silent. Georgia, PA, North Carolina, 51 votes. Trump need Nevada to equal 270 or win Michigan or Wisconsin for win. 100%. Dude, exactly what they're going to do. Get Sleepy Joe to 270 anywhere, anyhow. Thank you for being such a light, Mr. Tatum. God bless you. I appreciate that. So AZ was just called as blue, ? No, man, I don't. I mean, unless you're telling me some news that I haven't heard. I mean, they calling it blue, but there's a lot of skepticism here. It's only 84% of the vote, and they calling it blue. Nah. And then it's got some controversy with the Sharpies. We'll see how that turns out. We need to have a mass prayer. There is power in the numbers. If you believe in the power of God, please pray. Brandon, spread the word. Amen. I believe that. And I also believe God answers your prayers. You don't have to keep bugging him about it. He already said yes, no, or maybe. So, hey, Brandon, recently read the Trump issue a request for a vote recount in Wisconsin. Your thoughts? I think we should do both. We should have a vote recount, Wisconsin, Michigan. We need to verify that this stuff is actually happening. Like, we need to figure out what's going on in Arizona, not Nevada. I think Nevada is what it is. We need to figure out what's going on in Arizona. We need to figure out what's going on in Wisconsin and Michigan and Pennsylvania. These are the places that I'm like, what? How can you not count the votes like California, Texas, and Florida? How are you struggling with that? Oh, they're swing states. They're swing states. Anyway, I love you guys, man. I appreciate you. I'll come back with some more updates, man. I'll see you on the next one. I'm out.